Well, every series should have its own outcome, and so each series I look for, and like I said, I'll create series for myself, but I also create series for others I think have great messages, but they don't necessarily have a platform, or I see a need that what they talk about can fill, So every series that we create definitely has a purpose, has a mission, has a vision, and I have to get on the call if it's with someone else that we're creating a series. We get on the call and we talk about it. Before we start figuring out, throwing out events, and I go, well, what's the correlation between all the events? Is this a like kind of like a mini series? Because now we also have mini series, which is what we consider 3 events or less, and then
Oh,
we have full series, which can be as long as 12 months. You know, with the ability for that, if the topic is broad enough, then the goal would be, hey, how can we take this even further? After 12 months, if the series is going great, why not keep it going? It's really looking at, it's like a combination of television and Netflix.
no, I like
So
that.
you can, yeah. So at the end of the day, we're looking, a series can have, Seinfeld has, I don't know, I mean, 37 seasons. I have no clue. I'm just throwing that number out. I know it's a lot. And so that's how we want to look at these series that I create, and that I create with partners. Is, all right, this is season one. Can we greenlight season two? Can we greenlight season three? But again, it also depends on the topic. Some topics may not have enough information or enough content or depth to go that long, and some topics will. Now, when you take the $1 million strategy series, um, the my partner on that is a young lady named Elaine Plofelt, and she wrote a book called The $1 million One Person Business, and she's on I guess the second edition of the book just came out. So she's interviewed over 100 entrepreneurs in this space. That is a lot of content, and that was my part of my reason going, well, how can we leverage this? Because I think the process came, the thought came, was she came to me and was like, look, I have a lot of these guys in the book that want to speak, they want to share their knowledge, and that's where the series came, because I'm like, well, then let's do a series. Now the series is only 12 one, we do it once a month, and so that's only 12 speakers for the whole year. So I got my whole year already planned out without even having to break a sweat. Now, and the small business series, that's a different type of series, because that series is based on us interviewing people. The small business CEO series is a gentleman named Mark Taylor, who does about 400 hours a month of coaching for CEOs of small businesses. So he's the one presenting the content there. I'm just providing all the platform, the back end, the structure, because there's so much, as Erica, there's so much into planning an event, in
Yes.
regards to outreach, partnerships, the platform, the structure, and then of course the promotion. And that's where, it doesn't matter how great your event is, if you don't have great promotion, you're kind of dead in the water. So all these things come together, and like I said, so this, whether you're doing the series yourself, or if you're putting it together on behalf of your partners, everybody's got to come together and go, why are we doing this? What's the purpose? What's the goal? And what are we bringing to the table? And what are we bringing to the table, not only for the viewer, but what are we bringing to the table for each other, so it makes sense to make a partnership out of this thing in the first place?